Today we're exploring the colony trail underneath Bennachie. So we're trying to get into a field to see a really old croft called the Burghead of Tullos. But we're kind of struggling to get into the field. We've climbed a fence and now we're sort of faced with a blockade of gorse. So we're going to see what we can do. We made it into the field, but only after I'd walked face first into a big spider web. I think they probably heard me scream on the top of Bennachie. But we're here now, we're in the field. It's like just a field of really tall grass and ferns. So I think we're going to fly the drone to find the croft. But it's cool. It's like there's several walls separating out different fields, but you can't see the old croft from where we are. So yeah, we're gonna fly to find it. The Bennachie colonists were a group of about 140 people that came to live on the foothills of Bennachie in the 1800s. But their life here was really short-lived because in 1859, the lairds of the area decided that they were going to start charging rent. And these people were already like on the edge financially, and they had carved out a life for themselves here on marginal land, just getting by on small crofts growing like vegetables and grains. So for a lot of people, rent was just too much. And apparently, quite quickly, at least 3 families were evicted because they couldn't pay rent. And there's evidence that their crofts were damaged and destroyed so that nobody else could move in. And then everybody else either died of poverty, illness, or old age. And there was only one family that remained up until the 1930s, and that was George Essen and his family. And they lived here at the Burghead of Tullos. So it's really cool to see, even though we couldn't get close to the croft, it was still really cool to see that little bit of history. Pretty much done on our walk. I think we're pretty much at the end. It was really nice. I think I expected something different, and this is no fault of Bennachie. I think I just assumed that there would be more places to stop and see crofts, and I thought there would be information boards describing the lives of the colonists. Literally nowhere had I read that this was a thing. I just imagined that's what this walk would be like. So I think it's not what I expected, but it's a really pretty walk. Well, we weren't finished after all. We saw a sign for the Gauk stone, and you know what we're like for finding random stones. So we followed the path, we found the stone, but not only did we find the stone, but we bumped into a lady called Jackie Ross, who we've seen at a storytelling event before called Haim, the Haim Festival, which was up at the University of Aberdeen. And she told us a wonderful story about a cuckoo and why the Gaukstone, or Gaukstone, is called the Gaukstone, and a Gauk is actually a cuckoo. So we've learned something. And earlier in the day we actually came across another set of people who were playing traditional Scottish music, so that was awesome. And now we've just been told about a third place that we can go to where they will tell us a tale of the Bennachie colonists. So that's where we're going to head now. We are actually finished now. So we did go up to, is it the Little John's old croft? And we had quite a long talk about their lives, and they've made like a kale yard, which is a bit like a garden kitchen. Really interesting, and it's run by the Bailey's History Group. I'm not sure if that's the right name, so I'll probably tag them down below. But it seems like they do a lot of really cool work in this area, and they have a couple of books out, so yeah, I'll link that. But what a nice surprise to just stumble onto this event when we had no idea it was happening.